Hey, everybody. It's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. 7 o'clock Sunday night. Time for some Sunday night live chat. All right. Looks like we are connected on Facebook and YouTube. Or we're on YouTube, and Facebook is also going now. So lots of guys here on YouTube and ready to go. Leo is here. Neil's here. Ryan and Amy are on. Bill Wagaman's here. Charles is on. Austin's here. Balin Wire made it. Glad you guys are all here and ready to go. As always, we are live on two formats, both YouTube and Facebook. As you see me glancing back and forth between the monitors, that is what I'm doing. And we'll go ahead and get ready to get rolling for this evening. Martin Designs is back. Scott's with us on Facebook. So anyway, got a full episode planned again tonight. There's Kevin L., Bill Disk, and we'll see if we can have a little fun tonight. I feel a little bit better tonight. I'm sure you guys probably noticed the last couple of Sunday nights I've been dragging pretty bad. There's Pete. Just so much going on with the gathering, and then the Pitt State project, the Lawrence Swap meet. So just kind of got out of hand. Greg's here with us. So feeling a little bit better tonight. Hopefully you guys are going to hang in there with me, and we'll have some fun. We'll see how things go. James is here and Alex both on Facebook. There's Jim, Mad Cow Mark from Australia, joining us from down under tonight. Glad you're here. Was it tomorrow there, Mad Cow? I think today here is tomorrow there, if I remember correctly. There's Alex. So anyhow, let's catch a little bit of housekeeping before we get too far into anything. Dad's here. Randy with the Nut Farm's on. As always, please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. If I cannot make out your comment, I will have to skip it. I try to catch most of them. I know I missed some, but I do try to catch them most. But if I can't understand it, I will have to skip it. It is 10 o'clock Monday morning in Australia. So, yep, today here is tomorrow there. That's what I was thinking. There's Kenny. Let's see. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, I cannot see those comments. This is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto page. So if you're on Facebook and you want to comment, participate in the auctions, etc., you will need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto page on Facebook or the Nobody Show YouTube channel, but not the Nobody Show Facebook page. If you just want to hang out there and watch, perfectly fine. Super chats are great. We do occasionally get some trolls. I ignore the trolls because they're going to try to screw up our chat. You guys do an amazing job of running them off and making sure they know they're not welcome. I just ignore them and keep on rolling. Ads, we are definitely fighting with ads. There's nothing we can do about ads. YouTube is going to insert them. It's something we have to work around. It is letting me stop some of them now. When they first started doing it, I could stop some of them. Then they took all that away from me. But then last week, it did start giving me warnings, and I was allowed to skip a few of them last week. So there's X-Ray Dean, Kevin Brown. So keep an eye on that. We just have to work around the ads. There's unfortunately nothing we can do about it. We can try it. We can manage what they'll let us manage. But other than that, we just have to work around them. Throw a share out there. Let your friends know that we're on. Invite them over to come out and hang out and join us and see if they like the chat and hanging out with us. Balin Wire on the way back from the C10 Nationals. And we've got a super cool can that Balin Wire donated. I don't have it ready tonight, but I'll try to have that ready for next week. That's a great piece from Balin Wire. So there's Johnny Z. Anyhow, kind of crazy. We're almost to the middle of May already. Just went through Wichita, headed back. There's Loader Mike. Loader Mike made it back out of Oklahoma. No pesky Monday morning judge meeting. Well, that's probably a good thing. So we probably just better leave that alone. Probably we're not going to ask Loader Mike any other questions because obviously the statute of limitations hasn't run out over whatever they just did this weekend. Because they were going down there to the races. So hopefully they can get all the way back without getting caught. So anyhow, what's been going on? Lots of stuff going on. My week has been insane, to say the least. Like we've talked about, the last 3 weekends have been just crazy. There's Anthony with us on Facebook. of just running and going nonstop, and was going to try to get some things caught up this week. That didn't work out very well. I just bought myself further behind is what I did. We're going to get into that here shortly. But some other things going on before we get into what I've got going on. Mike's here. Mike Barger with us on YouTube. What else is going on in the old car world right now? One thing I did just notice, you guys might want to check this out. Grant Tommy hangs out with us on here quite a bit, came out and helped us out at the gathering. Grant Tommy, Straight Six fan. He just put his latest project car up for sale. Grant's channel, Straight Six fan, it's based on offbeat hot rodding, is kind of how he calls it. There's Glenn. Numero uno. Other than he didn't get caught. That's the important part. Matt's here with us. So, might want to check that out. Grant did just put up his Grand Prix for sale. Like I said, his channel is kind of based off on a offbeat hot rodding. So, instead of doing a Monte Carlo or a Regal like a lot of guys do, or even a Cutlass, he Straight Six sells car to buy a mustache. You know, you might want to check that one out. He's overhauled the tranny, lowered it, put Corvette wheels on it, did a lot of cool stuff to make it a nice driver. But going to be curious to see how that goes and what's up Grant's sleeve next. But something you might want to check out if that's something you might be interested in. There's Z-Bear. And speaking of cars going up for sale and on the market, Mecum Indy started Friday, I think. I think this was the third day of it. So I looked at a little bit of that. I actually had it on for a while today, but a lot of good auction coverage coming over the next week. Mecum Indy does run this entire next week. They've got a lot of great stuff there. Mecum is one of their biggies, their spring classic, I think they call it. But it's a big deal. We've gone a couple of times to Indy, and it's a heck of a show, to say the least. I don't know what their actual car count was, but I think it's usually 2,000 or 3,000 cars at Mecum Indy. So it's a pretty good show. So something you'll definitely want to check out. You can always watch it live on the computer. I don't know what they've got for TV coverage this week, but some neat stuff coming up. I was just looking at some of it a little bit ago, and some of you guys probably saw this. That's exactly where I was going, Jim. You're one step ahead of me. The 50 millionth anniversary car for GM, the 1955 Bel Air two-door hardtop that was recently recreated, been in several magazines, including Old Cars, where the entire car is gold, top to bottom. They built 3 of those cars to commemorate the 50 millionth car built by GM. They were built right at the end of 1954 out of 55 Bel Air two-door hardtops. This car is a recreation. It is a very accurate recreation. Of the 3 cars that were built, the only one that was known to have survived the 50s was destroyed years later in a fire. The other 2 cars basically have evaporated into thin air. But that car will be rolling across the block. It'll be interesting to see if that car sells and what it brings. But that's going to be super interesting. They've got some 427 Cobras. Our good friend Jim Wicks will be there next week. He usually doesn't go till like Tuesday because a lot of the cars from Friday, Saturday, and today, there's Tractor Mike. A lot of those early cars are more driver quality, lower dollar type cars. They did sell some pretty expensive stuff today, I saw. So they did run some heavy classics today. But coverage on Motor Trend 11 to 5 starting Wednesday. So starting Wednesday on, there will be coverage on Motor Trend. Thanks for that, Scott, so everybody knows. And, of course, multiple Shelbys, Corvettes, a lot of really interesting stuff. They've got some wing cars, a lot of neat stuff that is always fun to see roll across the block. And that's why we do a lot of the Mecum auctions. They're just a lot of fun to go check them out. And the 2 times we went to Indy, it was impressive. There's no doubt about it. It's a little bit of everything. 30 more likes. Good idea, Dean. So that's something definitely to keep an eye on. If you're bored this week, you can always bring it up on the computer. And then, of course, the coverage coming later this week from Motor Trend. So it'll be interesting to see how things are going. It'll be interesting to see what the market's doing. Obviously, an auction of this size is a pretty good indicator. We'll see what Wix's feelings are like when he gets back. Thanks for the Facebook's like, guys, getting notifications on those as well. Everybody's kind of curious as to how this market's going to shake out. Obviously the January auctions were crazy strong. Everybody thinks the market's going to start slipping. We're well past the big January auctions, and we're going to get into some of the more regular type auctions. Indy is still one of the bigger, stronger ones, but we're going to see what happens. But it'll be curious. There's the Rusty Okie. Hockey coming up for number one tonight as well. So anyway, definitely be curious to check that out. Keep an eye on that this week, guys. If you're bored, it's always something interesting to watch. Speaking of Mecum, less than a month away, Mecum Tulsa. I did get that Rusty Okie. I think we were short on the one piece you had, so I sat it back and we'll get it figured out. JP32 is here, so we'll get that sorted out here too soon, but I did pull that piece back. So there's Lee from New York. Anyway, and I got your check yesterday as well, Alex, so that's here too. Mecum Tulsa coming up here just under a month will be Mecum Tulsa. It is a 2-day sale this year, Friday and Saturday. We have been talking about it a little bit. If that's something you're interested in going to, I don't know. I think Pete said he's going to try to make it. I don't know if some of you guys are going to try to catch that. If you want to, Jeff from Ottawa's here with us. If there's going to be a small group of us, we're going to hang out a little bit on Friday or Saturday. That's weird because I've had a ton of voicemails. Voicemail sure seems to be working a whole week, Rusty Okie, because I've had a ton of them. There's Dennis. So maybe we can catch up this week and get it figured out. The 4428 is my regular number. The 3557 is the flip phone that is the old yard number that has been associated with the yard for years. So I just kept it and sent it to a flip phone. The number that's in the description part of the video, if you go back and if you click on the description of any of my videos, that's the best number to catch me at. So let's see. Actually, Pete, that one is a big truck grill. But the 58 that I bought last week had one in it too. So I've actually got two more 58, 59 grills in since you got that one. When you were here, one pickup, one big truck, one Viking. There's Steven. Glad you're on. Yeah, the 4428, that should be, that thing rings all the time. So I don't know why it's not letting you leave voicemail. So anyway, Mecum Tulsa, if that's something you guys want to think about, I don't know if there is interest. And Pete, I think you said you're going to go. If anybody wants to go, if we could, email Pete, if there's anybody that is going to try to catch us down there, if that's cool with you, Pete, you just let me know if they could email you if they wanted to come. It is a 2-day deal, Friday, Saturday. And, okay. Yep. No problem. Yeah. Pete said he is still planning on going. So, like I said, we touched on it last week. At this point, unless something crazy happens, I do still plan on going. So if any of you other guys are thinking about it, I know we've got some other guys down in that Oklahoma area, then keep that in mind. And, maybe we could do we could all meet up and hang out there for a while and check out a bunch of cool cars. So let's see. Number one, mount all the sun visors on the riser on the stairs. And you can display all 15. Just climb the stairs and grab the one you're not giving to me. I actually don't have 15 outside visors right now. I've only got like 4 or 5. So, oh yeah, that was Ken from Michigan's here. Yeah, what'd you guys think of what Jim found at the swap meet in Lawrence? That was pretty impressive. That's a good point, Bill. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know what you guys thought of it, but it was pretty interesting about what Jim found at the Lawrence swap meet. So Adam's with us on Facebook as well. I'm jumping back on Facebook. I had the Mecum stuff up. So and they do sell, that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize about like Mecum. like Alex said, they should have sold a lot of cars for under $12K that look pretty good. Mecum sells a ton of cars that are $15,000 cars. They don't put them on TV. That's not the big fancy, exciting stuff they put on TV, but they sell a lot of $10,000 and $15,000 cars. So Mike from Texas is here. So keep that in mind if you want to try to catch Mecum Tulsa. And if that's okay with you, Pete, if we do have some guys interested, I may just go ahead and have them email you. And if we need to organize anything for that. So, but anyhow, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of stuff going on around here. One interesting thing as far as YouTube goes, as far as me personally, broke 19,500. I just pushed past 19,500 subscribers. Looking at that 20,000 subscriber mark, something I never even realized would even be possible. But, super appreciate all your guys' help and support and for bringing it this far. And looking forward to that final push to 20,000 subscribers. Kind of hard to even comprehend that. And I know in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. But for me, who doesn't know what he's doing, to be able to, along with your guys' help push, that's pretty cool. So, some other interesting things going on. I don't know if you guys remember the 38 Dodge Coupe. Thanks, Kenny. That we did some content on. It was actually on Derek's video as well. No 60 Saab stuff yet at this point, Planet Wisconsin. There's Nick. Yes, the shorts definitely have helped. The shorts, I'm do the shorts and then and load them onto YouTube, and then 4 or 5 days later, I'll load that same short to a reel on Facebook. But the shorts have been helping, Nick. It's just kind of like everything else, slowly but surely. But yes, I have seen a bump with the shorts. So let's get the rest by the end of the month. I'm all for that, number one. So the 38 Dodge Coupe that we did a video on it. Derek did it on his channel. That car is actually getting ready to leave. That car is going to Slovakia, believe it or not. I didn't even know where Slovakia was. I had to look it up. But Kevin L says he's planning on going to Mecum Tulsa. So the bump really jumped when you stop letting Jess be on camera. There you go. But we had Jess in the Lawrence video, so that's kind of interesting. Getting that, got to get a few things rounded up for that coupe. I had to get a few pieces off some other cars that they wanted included with it, and so thought it was kind of interesting. That thing is actually heading to Slovakia. A few other things happening before we get into here at the end, we'll get into why this week got so crazy, because that's all going to roll into new inventory. But one other thing that there's Haddon's on with us tonight. My good buddy Brian Haddon moved back east a while back to South Carolina, but grew up around here. We've done well. I think statute of limitations has run out on all that stuff too, so I think we're okay on some of those poor decisions that were made over the years, but seemed like great ideas at the time. Some other interesting things happening. There's Randy. 78 F-250 project. Obviously, the guy. You guys know that thing's been in the shop for a long time. I've got the fuel system done. I got the radiator fixed, and I just a flat run out. I mean, every time I try to get back on it, it just doesn't happen. When I pulled the radiator out, I pulled everything off the front of the motor. Obviously I'm at that point. I got a new radiator. I'm gonna get a new water pump. Got a new water pump. Got it painted. Took all the pulleys off. Painted those. It has a separate idler pulley. Pressed the old pulley off. Painted the bracket. Pressed the new pulley on. Got all the belts. Got all the hoses. There's Buick Man. And so I thought that. Well, I'm already down to the front cover. I just want to put a timing gear and chain in this thing. So I got a front cover, got a timing set, and every time I think I'm going to get back to it, it just doesn't happen. So I mentioned it to Loader Mike about maybe looking at it sometime to help out, and he said, yeah, we'll look at it sometime. So Friday night I texted Loader Mike, and Loader Mike said, yeah, I'm about finished up here. You're going to be there a bit. I'll swing by. So Loader Mike comes by Friday night to evaluate the situation. So basically it's sitting there I'm down to the front cover. It's basically pull the front cover, pull the pan, put the timing set in it, put a pan gasket in it, put a front cover gasket in it, put a front crank seal on the front cover, and start bolting all this stuff back together because it's already clean, painted, ready to go. Billy Bowman's here. And so Loader Mike comes by, and so we can evaluate the situation. Now, I think we evaluated the situation real good because it took like 6 beers apiece, but I think we give it a real thorough evaluation. And Loader Mike says, yeah, where he goes, I kind of like this project. I can get behind this project. He said, we'll get on this deal and we're going to get this thing going. So Loader Mike is going to come to the rescue and help us out to get the 78 F-250 going again. Brett and Heather are here. So definitely looking forward to that and definitely looking forward to the help. Now, obviously, we did a lot of studying and a lot of evaluating on the project, which, Loader Mike did the engine in the loader. So, timing set in the 460 is not any big deal to the guy that did the engine in the loader. But we wanted to make sure that we had it well evaluated so we knew where we were at when we got ready to start the project. So, anyhow, Busch Latte evaluated. Actually, I had a Yingling. He was on Coors Light. I had a Yingling, so. Visors in the last video from Lawrence. Those are both universals. That's true. That's true, Tractor Mike. A mechanical genius will finally get it completed. Good. That's truth. So looking forward to getting that thing running and then getting into the, what I'm going to need to do on brakes and suspension and things like that, and then get tires put on it. But, looking forward to getting that thing running. Obviously, you guys know, the fuel system is done. Everything. I had everything out of that from the cap to the fuel pump because there had been a new fuel pump put on it right before I bought it. Literally like a week before I bought it. And everything. I took the gas cap off and started replacing from there on. So, just a matter of getting some of that type of stuff done. Ryan's putting a Cummins in his 37 Studebaker. That'll be interesting. That's very true, Tractor Mike. If I keep trying to do it, it'll never get out of the shop. Bert's Adventures is here. So I'm excited about Loader Mike's willingness to come over and help hang out and get that thing back going again. Excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And can't wait to I think I probably better stock up on some Coors Light, though, so we can make sure we get this thing done. So anyway, back to kind of like what I said. I thought I was going to get some things caught up this week, and I actually bought myself further behind. We talked about a few things last week. I found a small load right like a week ago Thursday, and then we got that Dart that Dad bought last Sunday. So, and then it just went downhill from there. Basically, in the last 10 days, starting back to a week ago from Thursday. Obviously, you guys know we brought a full pickup load home from Lawrence Swap Meet. We'll get that full video up here probably this week where I had everything laid out. Ooh, ads. Let me kill these ads. Okay. So we brought a full pickup load home from the Lawrence Swap Meet. And then found the Dart on Sunday. And I had spoke for a load of hubcaps. I went and picked up over almost 250 hubcaps on Tuesday. So we had the parts from Lawrence, 250 hubcaps, the stuff from the end of the week last week. And basically what it amounts to at this point in the last 10 days, not only have I brought the parts home from Lawrence and 250 hubcaps, I also bought 19 cars and trucks and 12 new pickup beds. So I got a lot of stuff going on. All right. Full disclosure from Loader Mike. Just remember that I asked him. He may not fit into all the YouTube content correctly, but I'm sure it'll all work out. So yeah, I got a lot going on. There's 19 that I've paid for. I got 2 more calls after 5 on Friday that I got to finish up first of the week. So if those had come in at noon on Friday, that would have been 21 cars. But it ended up being, in the last 10 days, I've bought and paid for 19 cars and trucks. Obviously, they're not all here. Some of them came in, and then, like I said, and then 12 brand new pickup beds. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all those too. So I got a lot of stuff going on. So we got a lot of new inventory coming in to check out. The Chevy from the pasture, I don't even know which one that is at this point, Bert. It's all kind of running together. Living the dream, busy, not smart. I think that's kind of where it really falls into, not smart. But what did come in? Some of it is here. I did get one of the cars picked up, and I actually had two of them delivered. The 4400 truck. Oh, the video we did Friday night. Yeah. Like I said, I forgot that. I forgot I had the snippet of the pasture on that one. Yeah, the one we posted, I think, Friday night. That's how crazy this stuff is getting. That's how quick I'm buying stuff. But and like I said, and I'm having lists, trying to keep track of lists of this stuff anymore. But I've got to get making some progress on this project now for as much stuff as I've got going. When you said the Chevy truck in the pasture, that deal a week ago Thursday, there's 3 more Chevy trucks in that pasture too. So yeah, that's kind of how things are getting. So, but what came in this week besides the hubcaps and the Lawrence parts? I had a 1989, which there again doesn't seem that old, but it's 35 years. It's an antique in Kansas. 1989 GMC half ton. And it is, since it is an 89, it's got that 88, 89 front end only that still had the actual small glass headlights. It's rough, but it kind of had a unique nose that they just used for those first couple of years. So there again, once they're flat, they're not good for anything. So we'll put that out in the row. 1980 Bronco, full-size Bronco. It came in with the GMC. It is pretty much a complete truck. Is that a new 1-week record? I don't know. It's got to be up there. That's all I can say. The Bronco is pretty complete, but it's banged up on about every corner. Yes, the Bronco is 4-wheel drive, 2-tone red, 1980 full-size Ford Bronco, 4-wheel drive. Harley Ironhead, it is. That's why I got to keep lists of some of this stuff. So we'll definitely get a video on that one. And got another Cadillac this week. And it's a pretty decent car. I bought it off of pictures. I'd seen it before, but it had been a few years back. It needs a header panel and a left front fender. It's bumped in the left header, the left front corner. It needs a header and a front fender. But it's not a terrible old car. 1980 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, factory sunroof, not a terrible car. It's been inside for several years. It's been outside for the last year or two. But I threw a quick short up on it. If you guys saw the short, we're definitely going to be getting you a full video on that 1980 Coupe de Ville. Like I said, I still think the car's got a future. I think those cars are going to be getting more and more popular. I have not tried to get it running. No, my Tractor Mike, it actually has a Cadillac in it, so it is not a diesel. I think you've got the only Caddy left with a diesel in it. So. But like I said, not a terrible car. I'd like to hopefully find somebody to be able to do something with that because it's kind of neat. So, oh, you got 2 Caddies with diesels in them. Excuse me, I was mistaken. So obviously we're going to be getting some new content on that stuff, but man, it's just obviously things are going to be really crazy busy, and we've got a lot of amazing stuff to share with you guys. I've got so much stuff here I've got like a dozen still sitting here we haven't showed you guys yet. So it's going to be fun. That's right. Good point, Randall and Nut Farm. We have not. You guys are got to be getting thirsty. That's my bad. Sorry about that. So it's been nutso, and it's going to get crazier. But regardless, it'll be a good time. We're going to bring some cool stuff in, keep building things up, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, hope you guys all had a great week too. And we're going to keep on moving. Let's get into that promo model. Let's check out some badges and emblems, badges, caps, and emblems, as well as some story time, the raffle. And we're going to announce the second place prize in the raffle as well tonight. And auction stuff. Holy cow, guys. Yeah, they're over there sleeping. They're zonked out. Man, we got some killer stuff in the auctions. Like I said, I've got so much auction stuff coming up. I mean, I've got a little bit of everything. I don't have it all in here, but I bought 16 promos at Lawrence. Some of those are duplicates. All the caps, I got a ton of cool caps. Plus, I mean, like I said, it just goes on and on and on. But we're going to have some fun over the next several weeks with auctions for sure. So anyway, let's catch a promo model. Let's go. Let's get another Hudson badge in there. We're behind on these guys. We need to kind of get caught up here. Let's catch a promo model. Tonight's promo model, this is a fresh one out of Lawrence, by the way. It's a big, long box, a lot longer than they normally are. So it's kind of an odd one. The box alone is 11¼ inches long. So the box is not quite a foot. Way larger than most of these promo model boxes are. Let's go ahead and pop this one open. Yeah, Pete got it. It's a Chevy pickup. The 1993. I think it says 93. Yeah, 1993 Chevy. Half-ton. Extended cab. Long bed. Pickup in red. Get the box out of the way so we can check this thing out. Obviously still in the box. Great condition. I don't see any rust in it yet. What is kind of interesting about this pickup, though, is it actually has a saddle or tan-colored interior in it. Obviously, we look at a lot of promos, and 9 times out of 10, the interior is just the same plastic as the body. However, tailgate opens. This one was a little bit different. It still has the wires on it from being in the box. It actually has a black chassis. Chassis, as with most of these, one piece, just with everything molded into it. So Mike Lincoln with a BMW diesel. Chevrolet across the back. Opening tailgate. No scratches in the bed. Just a very nice, clean promo, but they're, again, still in the box. So obviously in great condition. Still has the 1500 stickers on the doors even. A well-preserved, there again, 30-plus-year-old promo model. That's true. It is not Corinthian leather. So I'm going to wrap this one back up as we move on to badges and caps. William Sallee's here. Tractor Mike just sent me a screenshot. He's actually got a setup on his new Thunderbird. Be careful, don't scratch that thing. It's only got 20,000 miles on it. We're going to start off with an interesting cap tonight, and I didn't even know anything about this. Didn't even know it existed until I just found this cap in the last batch of caps that I bought. The last batch of grease caps, I got this one. Now, there's a company that we've talked about in the past. We've looked at their badge, in fact. We've got one of the badges for the Dort Company. Hosea Dallas Dort and W.C. Durant, Billy Durant, we've heard that name before, had established the Flint Road Cart Company in 1886, which became the Durant Dort Carriage Company. When Billy Durant went off to set up Buick, GM, and Chevrolet, Hosea Dort stayed with the carriage business. Okay? And we are back on AmericanAutoEmblems.com, which is one of the most awesome websites on the planet. However, in 1915, Dort entered the automobile business with the Dort Motor Company. The Dort was a well-made small car, and quality goes clear through was a company slogan. The first Dort was a 17-horse, 4-cylinder, 5-passenger touring car, and well received with nearly 9,000 units built the first year. A wider range of body styles was offered from 1917. Sales increased and reached in excess of 30,000 units in 1920. The post-First World War recession resulted in falling sales thereafter, and a 45-horsepower 6-cylinder was introduced in 1923 and was the only model offered in 1924, the last year of Dort production. Now, we've talked about that a little bit in the past. We've talked about Dort before as we checked out some Dort badges. However, this is only partially Dort, because when I got this grease cap, I had not even heard of this company before, and I didn't really know anything about it. The Gray Dort. It was a new one on me. The Gray Dort was one of the most successful and popular cars built by a Canadian company and represented the typical Canadian family car of the period. The Gray Company was a successful builder of horse-drawn wagons, similar to the Dort Carriage Company, horse-drawn wagons, carriages, and sleighs, and had taken an interest in the automobile business by taking on body manufacturing and auto sales for other manufacturers. In 1914, the Grays decided to enter the automobile production business and formed a relationship with Hosea Dort. Gray Dort Motors Limited was formed in 1915, and the first Gray Dorts were American-built Dort Roadsters and touring cars with Gray Dort emblems and hubcaps. Real production with Canadian-made components began in 1916 and grew over the years and eventually reached about 60% Canadian content. Gray Dort also produced some deluxe sports specials designed in Canada, and some were exported to America. The Gray Dort developed a reputation for quick starting, reliability, and economy, which helped boost the popularity of the Gray Dort. Gray Dort sales boomed at the end of First World War, but fell in 1921 as the post-war depression took hold. However, sales recovered in 1922 and 1923 with the introduction of the new models. All was going well with Gray Dort, but this came to an end in 1923 when Hosea Dort decided to pull out of the automotive business. The last Gray Dort production was in 1924, and it was all over in 1925 after a lifetime sales of 26,000 units. So not a very common one. Okay, let's see. Lots of comments here I've been missing as we were doing that. Bill Wagman said that promo was getting tough to find. Yeah, it could be. That could be big bucks later on. There's Alan with us. Yeah, there again, lots of comments. I'm with you, Alex. The Gray Dort was, I definitely heard of the Dort, but the Gray Dort, a whole different deal. So anyway, kind of interesting. It's a smaller grease cap. It's only about 2 3/4 all the way across the back. A lot of these that we look at, are that around the front. We can see the Gray Dort in the back of it, so it is cast or stamped into it. And across the hex on this one, it's only about 1 3/4 inches across here. So definitely a smaller grease cap compared to a lot of what we look at. But a very interesting story, something I didn't know a thing about the Gray Dort. But there again, part of why we're here is to learn something kind of different and interesting. Obviously, we're talking 100 plus years old because they quit building cars in 24. So pretty cool piece, something that I didn't have any idea about. And now we've all learned a little bit. So yeah, that's probably right, Z-Bird. Somebody probably needs one of these. So don't have any idea if the cars are even around. They were in Chatham, Ontario is what number one thinks. So like I said, I didn't know much about them. I just did a little bit of basic research just to try to figure out what the heck it was. Obviously being not familiar with, but no, I have knowledge of the Dort Manufacturing Company, but the Gray Dort was completely past me. So I was just trying to figure out what the heck it was to start with, and it wasn't even worried to see what was really out there, was anything left out there. So, but there it is, the grease cap for the very seldom seen and probably even lesser known Gray Dort. Jeff, what's the opinion on the resurrection of Pontiac? Have not read into it very much. Good question, Jeff. Off topic, what is your opinion of the rumor of the resurrection of Pontiac, reality or fiction? Have not dug into it. I have not seen enough of it to really get me excited about it. I did read a very interesting article, and I encourage you guys to look it up. There was an interview with Bob Lutz about how that all went down. When the bankruptcy happened, when the government came in and told GM what to do. Bob Lutz was very candid about those conversations. It was a great article. In fact, I thought about even posting it to my Facebook page. I thought it was that good of an article. And he did say on a lot of those companies, Saab, it needed to go. Hummer, he said Hummer should have never been a brand anyway. But when it came to Pontiac, Lutz said, and Lutz, obviously, if you've not heard the name, I'm sure all you guys probably have heard of Bob Lutz, extremely well respected in the industry. He said when it came to Pontiac, he dug in his heels hard to try to save Pontiac, but couldn't get it done. Do I? And here's my personal opinion. I don't see that happening. I don't see GM adding a brand at this point. There's the market is so competitive. It has changed so much. I think they've got their hands full with a lot of the decisions that they have been making. Obviously, all of us have always known that the electric car thing was not feasible at this point. There's not enough infrastructure to support it. It is not an immediate fix to all this stuff. There's still most of the electricity is still generated by fossil fuels anyway. We all understand that. GM shift to making Buick all electric, making Cadillac all electric. I think they're going to have their hands full trying to remanage those brands in the coming future, as opposed to adding another brand. So I have not read any of the stuff on it because my gut feeling is GM has enough stuff going on that they do not have that revitalizing that brand. Although I would love to see it, I don't see that being feasible. So I've not dug into it. I've seen stuff pop up, but I haven't seen it really hitting hardware enough of it to really generate my interest that think that could possibly be true. So, and there again, and I don't know. I think that bringing it back as an electric brand, doing that after they've already rebranded Cadillac and Buick to all electric, my gut feeling is they're going to be backpedaling on that stuff so fast that I don't think they're going to need to bring on another all electric brand to try to add to the mix. So like I said, that's my gut feeling is I just don't see it happening. So I haven't dug into it real deep. I will try to do a little bit of reading on it, see if I see anything that intrigues me enough to make me interested in that. But I just really don't. Gut tells me that something like that wouldn't happen. So anyway, on the next badge or emblem. Justin's here. Fireball's on. Hudson badge. Jumping up a few decades to the 50s for this next piece. And this is kind of a statement piece because it was right on the front of the hood. So it had to be a statement piece. From 1951, from our friends at Mopar, the DeSoto. This is a very pretty script. Tractor Mike bought 2 Pontiacs this week. I take it the battery was hidden on that other one. This is a pretty good sized badge. Of course, in the 50s, cars were pretty big. You had to have something big to be noticed. So I've always liked the font on these DeSoto badges of this era. This is slightly V'd because it went right on the peak of the hood. It is, not counting the V, just going straight across without counting the V. This thing is almost 16 inches. Chrome plated pop metal. It was screwed to the front of the hood. Tony's there with us. And definitely made a statement. It's actually pretty thick. I mean, it's pretty thick pop metal. I mean, it's like at least 1/8 of an inch thick. Big enough to hang on the garage door. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great piece. The 1951 DeSoto front hood badge. This one has a couple scratches in it, but it's not broken. It's not chipped. It came off a parts car that came in. I was like, that thing's pretty cool. So that's what we've got for tonight. For badges and caps, the hardly ever seen and hardly ever even known about Gray Dort grease cap. And the 1951 DeSoto front hood badge. I don't know exactly. I've always called it pop metal. It is a soft metal. I don't know if white metal and pop metal are technically the same thing, but I know they are both a soft metal that is easily chips or breaks. Balin Wire was on. Are you still with us, Balin Wire? I know you were on the road. Z-Bear's asking about that California movie prop picture piece you had. So Balin Wire, if you are on, let us know if you're still with us. How about some story time? Going back. 64 Wildcat tilt steering column. Yes, that car does still have a column in it. That 64 four-door does. Yeah, it does, William. And I don't think I sold it. I moved that car back with the Buicks, but I don't think I pulled the column out of it. I think it's still in there. This car I actually do remember. This is a car that Dad had years and years ago. It was a beautiful car. I remember it pretty well considering my age. I do not have any of that era of DeSoto, Justin. That 46, 7, 8, I don't have anything in that body style for DeSoto. But these cars that Dad had back in the late 70s, you know, a lot of those are, to me, don't remember them real well. But this one I definitely do remember. I know it was a beautiful car. I remember riding in it. But the thing about it is you got to remember at the time, wasn't that old of a car. Today, it seems super cool and super neat. But at the time, it was basically almost used car. Ads. We got some ads. How are we doing on ads, guys? We clear? Are you guys getting bombarded? Back. Okay, we're good to go. And there's actually pictures of this car at both houses. The first house we lived at and then the second house. So this car was probably around for a little bit at least, since there were pictures of it at both places. On this 1966 Cadillac Calais. Like I said, I still remember this car fairly well. Now, you think about it, this was 1979, 1980. You know, this car was essentially a 15-year-old, almost a 15-year-old used car. It'd be like like we sold an 07 Cadillac at the auction last year that was just a super clean car. That's kind of what this car was at that point in time. It was green with a green interior, kind of a light silvery green, but it was a knockout of a car. And I do remember riding in this one, and I don't know whatever happened to it, but it was a slick car. I actually have several pictures of this one. And see, this picture was actually taken at our old house, and I was only 5 when we moved from there. So, and even had an interior shot of this one. Perfect. All right. Boy, you guys are going to be excited about this. Man, Z-Bear has some amazing ideas, guys. This is going to knock your socks off, what Z-Bear's got to work up for us. I'm excited. Thanks, Z-Bear. I appreciate it. Your stuff is on the way, too, if it is not there yet. It has been shipped. I did throw a couple of wrenches in there, too. Not like screwed up the process. I actually put a couple of wrenches in the box. So I didn't like throw a wrench in the works. I put a wrench in the box for you. So to know what we need to do with those. Awesome, Z-Bear. I am beyond stoked about this project. You guys are going to lose your brains when you find out what Z-Bear is working up for us. It's exciting. He's got some great ideas. So, okay. Let's see. Yeah, lots of great comments about the caddy. That's for sure. It's amazing. Dad's with that for about 8 years. Oh, wow. Well, that makes sense because that's why I remember it. So, okay, Balin Wire is back on. So, Z-Bear was interested in that California piece if you didn't sell that at the swap meet, Balin Wire. So that's why I still remember that car because it was around for quite a while. But, man, it was slick. I remember it was a super, super slick car. But there again, at the time, it was just a really clean used car. Z-Bear's interested in it if you didn't sell it. So that's what we've got for story time. A great old Cadillac that I still remember to this day. But that explains why if we had it that long. But, man, it was slick. Yeah, bodies in the trunk. That happened to some of those, that's for sure. Buick memorabilia for sale? Not much because we pretty much keep most of the Buick stuff. Not unless we got a bunch of it. Most of the Buick stuff we keep. So, no, Alec, this actually did not have a vinyl top. Let's take another quick look at it. We'll get it up here closer where you can see where the C-pillar just blends right in. So it was not a vinyl top car, just a painted roof. That's right. It's bigger than the garage. It was a 66 Calais is what it was. So anyway, on to the raffle. Let's see who got in. Only a few entries this week. Charles, Alan Harper, and Alec Blanchett are the only new ones for this week. But I did figure out what is going to go along after we give this away, unless you want this other piece first. So obviously we're giving away this pump plate. It's chipped up around the edges, but it's got surface rust, but it's not rusted away. This does have a solid edge all the way around it. It is a porcelain pump plate. It is an original off of an old gas pump from a mobile station. $1 a chance, William. Every $1 you send me, put your name in the big Buick oil can one time. So everybody that we just read off, they sent in this week, and they are in for this month's drawing. Number one says Calais only came with a steel roof. Okay, I did not know that. I'll have to double check that, Austin. Let me make a note to make sure. Because sometimes when I get to printing all this stuff off, I do miss some. That's exactly why I read them off. So let me make a note and double check that, Austin, and make sure I get you in. Because when I get this many receipts printing off, sometimes I miss one. That's the exact reason I read them off. So thanks for letting me know. I will double check that and get you in. Now, obviously, we try to pull 3 names out. Obviously, the pump plate's going to be one. We're going to stick with a mobile theme this month. It's going to be all mobile. And the next piece, now this was a can. This was a painted can that somebody flattened, but it looks amazing. So this will be the second piece. Well, unless somebody wants it first. On this baby, check this out. This was a can. Somebody cut it apart, flattened it out, but it is in amazing condition. So that's going to be in. And then we'll have some cans or something for the third prize. So we're going to stick with all mobile theme this month in the drawing. So yeah, this looks better condition-wise, but it was a painted can. That's original porcelain. So, but there again, the first name out can have their choice. That's how Grandpa wallpapered the shopping attic. A lot of people did that back then. Now, bonus drawings. I have not, that's one thing I have not got done, was not refilled the bonus drawing can. However, we still got 2 sets of headphones, courtesy of Leo. We did give some of those away at the gathering as well, but we do still have a couple sets of these left, so we're going to do a bonus drawing for one of these. If we yank your name out and you've already got one, just tell me, and I'll give you 10 more. I'll give you 10 bonus entries into the raffle if you don't want these. So we're going to draw a name and do a bonus drawing, even though I have not refilled the bonus raffle can. We've still got a couple of these. These are all courtesy of Leo. Anybody that got any of these at the gathering, all the ones we've done in drawings, these are all courtesy of Leo supporting the show. So let's go ahead and do a bonus drawing real quick. Yank a name out of the big Buick oil can. And then we're going to work our way to the auctions, which are going to be awesome. So if we draw your name and you've already got them, and if you want an extra set, great. If not, we'll give you some more bonus entries. And remember, the bonus raffle drawings do not ship on their own. They ship with your next shipment. Oh, Leo. I think Leo's already got some. So we're going to give Leo some bonus drawings. So we'll add Leo's name to the can a few more times, because I don't think he needs any more headsets, since he donated those. So let's get one more name out of here. Leo. Let's get somebody who's not Leo. We're going to... Alec. You may have already won some of those, Alec, too. So what do you... Let me know if you want the headset or if you want some extra bonus raffle drawings. Okay, let's see. Let's get caught up on some comments here. Perfect. Great idea, Pete. Send your emails to Pete. He manages that list of everybody. Okay, extra tickets. We'll give away the headsets later then. So we're going to add some extra entries for Alec as well. Because I thought you had already won some as well. But we'll give some more of those last few headsets away. So all courtesy of Leo supporting the show. So okay. With that, I guess it's about time we move on to auctions. Who's ready for auctions? So, anyway, let's one thing. hit refresh. Time to hit refresh before we get into the auctions. Make sure you are caught up to speed on time. Okay, that's what I thought. Alec already got a headset, and he said they are very handy. So I'm glad you're enjoying them. Thanks to Leo. As always, as we get into the auctions, we're going to look at a piece. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about that car. We're going to talk about the condition. We may show you some defects. We may give you some dimensions. As we're talking about that particular piece, if it's something you're interested in, go ahead and throw a bid out there so that I know that we've got interest in that piece and we're ready to go. After we get done with the description, we will put it on a timer. We are going to go 2 minutes. I will have it right here on my phone, right here on the corner of the computer so I can watch the comments and the timer at the same time. I will announce when we have hit the 1 minute mark. I will announce when we hit the 1 minute, 30 second mark. When we hit the 1 minute, 30 second mark, it is time to be thinking about your maximum bid. Everybody has a delay. Your delay is going to be based on your device and your provider. Smartphone, smart TV, PC, tablet, desktop, all that type of stuff, as well as your internet provider. Some people have a 3 or 4 seconds delay. Some people have a 20 or 30 second delay. So when I announce that minute 30 mark, it's time to hit it with your max bid. Some of these guys are getting really good, and they're nailing some of this stuff and sniping people. So if it's something you want, you better be out there swinging. Pete said, give everybody his email address. You bet, no problem. We keep it right here and handy for everybody so they can get a hold of Pete, get on the main email list if there's something you need to get a hold of somebody about. So I got a smartphone dumb operator, Kenny. So, yeah, we've still got you, baling wire. At least I got that one. So once again, there's Pete's email address. If you are not on the list of viewers, please send your info to Pete. Randy's got to bail off, so I'm glad you were here for a while tonight, Randy. So let's get rolling into some auction stuff. We'll see how things go tonight, but man, I got some great stuff. Caps, cans, plates. Man, it's great stuff. The only thing I don't have much of tonight was toys. I need to get some more toys worked in. I just haven't done it. So, but man, it's great stuff. Let me get reshuffled around here, and we're going to rock and roll with some killer auction stuff. I'll try to stay upright this time as opposed to laying on the floor with a leg cramp for the next 5 minutes. Okay, still functioning, still upright, taking that as a win. Okay, let's see what comments we got popping up here. Ooh, people are already sighting in. Okay, let's get ready to move. We'll start off with a few cheaper pieces as we kind of get used to things. I will read all the bids to begin with. Yeah, I've fallen and can't get up. We all know how that went a couple weeks ago. But on the first few pieces, I will announce all the bids as I see them. So far, this is all going to be small stuff tonight, so shipping will be included in the 48 states. As always, PayPal, friends and family, check, money order, Western Union, that's all fine. Non-U.S. bidders, you're more than welcome to play. However, you will have to get me paid in U.S. funds, and you will be responsible for non-U.S. shipping due to the excessive expense of shipping out of the country. However, if you want to wait a few weeks and let it build up, that's fine as well. There is some rerun March stuff in here tonight, forewarning, just for some stuff that didn't get paid for. And now that we're almost to the middle of May, if you guys have stuff hanging from April, please get with me on that so we can get that wrapped up. And just like Alex, Alex's clockwork, he sends me a check at the beginning of the month, and we're always, we always stay square. So I've got no problem. If you guys want to wait a few weeks, get it built up and take care of it that way. Just keep me posted so that, I know what's going on and things like that. So reruns, that's our favorite flavor. So Kenny refreshed and got political ads. So yeah, it's time to hit refresh. Let's get ready to rock and roll. And we got a lot of fun, cool stuff to do. So before we get started, let's bring out the big guns, the big badge. Let's kick the auctions off with the big badge. So everybody take a big long chug and let's get ready to rock and roll with the auctions, because the auctions are great tonight. Man, there's some cool stuff. I've been finding a lot of cool stuff. Let's start off with sorting some stuff out here. We'll start off with a cheaper plate. We'll try to start off with a few cheaper items so everybody kind of gets a feel for things and see how things are going. Not a Kansas plate. We're going out of state, and kind of a little bit rougher one, but still presents fairly well, especially if you're from Ohio. Our friends from Ohio from 1951. The 1951 Ohio P770-E plate. This does have some surface rust on it. The back is not as bad, but hey, it came from Ohio, so at least it's still intact and in one piece. Pappy at 15. This is pretty much a standard size plate, right at that 12x6 window. It's not bent up or anything. Bird at 17. David W's here. Just has some, but it's funny. The white still looks good, but it looks like it was blue, and all the blue is gone off the front, but the white hung in there. So let's get this thing rolling. Alex at 26 on the 1951 Ohio plate. So if you're not familiar with it, I do log all this, so I do keep track of this. If you've got any questions after the fact, you can always call me. Alec at 30. Or if you're new to us, not really sure what's going on, but see something you think is really cool and you want to jump in and be involved and bid on something, that's perfectly fine as well. And then just give me a call tomorrow. We'll sort it out. Don't worry about it. I do log it all. If you buy something and you're not sure what to do, call me tomorrow. We'll sort it out. So don't be afraid if you're new to us. And if you are new to us, let us know. We'd love to welcome all of our new viewers as well. It will not show I think you text. Did you text me? I seen something pop up. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Alec at 30. William Salee is fairly new. Well, I'm glad you're here, William. Let's welcome William to the chat. And hope you're having fun with us. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? Gray Kitty. Alec at 30 as we come up on that minute 30 mark, and there it is, 30 seconds left. Be thinking about your maximum bid. Leo's looking for a sniper. Pappy sighting in. Alec at 30. Alex at 32. About ready to wind this one down. Alex at 32. And that does it. Alex Kalish at 32. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? All right, let's move on to I don't know if you guys remember or not. Remember the Kalish, Alex Kalish. I always say Kalish. Okay, Alex Kalish. Okay, try to remember that. Have we drank yet? We'll drink right now. How about that? Okay. Let me look here real quick. Yes, I did get it. Yeah, pinstriping by Bear at yahoo.com. Okay. So our Balin Wire can get a hold of me tomorrow too, and I can get that to him. So, okay. Let's get one of these horn buttons in here. I bought 3 big boxes of horn buttons and badges at Lawrence. We're going to squeeze the first one of these in. So, yeah, if you didn't get that Balin Wire, get a hold of me tomorrow, whatever. We'll get you 2 in touch. So, Frank's here with us. So, we're going to do the first one of those tonight. This is for a Studebaker, mid-50s era Studebaker, and it's a beauty. It's got a little bit of discoloration in it, but it's got some cool colors, nice clear plastic button on this Studebaker horn button. Check this out. Oh, I got to kill ads. Hold on. Ads hopefully gone. Hopefully gone. This is a mid-50s era Studebaker. This has some yellowing here in the white fields, but the badge looks good. The turquoise looks good. We see the gold stars. It's kind of a cool piece. It's just under 3 inches in diameter. You can see how nice and clear the plastic is. Leo at 10. The backside, you can see where this is all actually cast into the piece. All the decoration is. And just a cool looking horn. But like I said, there's some amazing stuff in here. We got some cool stuff coming tonight. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out of those boxes. At least I hope you think it's cool because I paid a small fortune for them. We got Leo at 10. Let's get this thing on the timer and get rolling. And I will look and see what we want to do next. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Coming up on the minute 30 mark. Leo at 10. That's all we got on this thing. This is a cool one. Eric from Ohio's here as we hit the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Leo at 10. Brian at 12. Waycamp at 12. We're ticking away. We got a few seconds left. We're not quite there, but we're getting close. Austin at 15. Alec at 14. I got Austin at 15. And that does it. Austin at 15. Nut Farm had a 15 in there that just popped up. Adam at 13. Everybody was swinging right in that area. But we had Austin at 15 at the end. Let's catch a grease cap. I think this might be a rerun on this Studebaker. It's got the big S on it. It's got some whammies and dings and dents in it, but overall not bad. The S looks nice and clear. We can see the S in the back of it. Internal threads, as with most of these. About 2 5/8 across the back, so this is a smaller one. No, we're not selling the Dork Gray, or the Gray Dork, that's for sure. About 2 inches across here. Bert starting us off at 9 on the Studebaker grease cap. And it's about 2 inches tall. So the good thing about it is the S is nice and clear. That's what really matters on these things. Leo at 10 on the Studebaker grease cap. Let's get this thing on the timer. Leo at 10, and here we go. Nut Farm at 20. I sent you one of them, I think, Z-Bear. I thought I sent one to you. Unless I screwed up and sent you a different one. Because I think you had a Studebaker grease cap and you had that jar, so. Which I could have mixed them up, but I could have, unless there was 2 Studebakers in there and I sent you the wrong one and left this one in there, so. Nut Farm at 20. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Z-Bear, 25. Minute 30's gone, 30 seconds left to go. Coming out of the wire, Z-Bear at 25. And that does it. Z-Bear at 25. So we'll figure that out. If I sent you the wrong one or something, we'll get it straightened out. But who's ready for a can? This is a smaller can. This was 12 fluid ounces. Bert's is ready. It's a nice can. It is new. If I have to ship it, I will drain it. If it's one that somebody's going to pick up or meet me in Tulsa or something, I won't have to drain it. But if I do have to ship it, I will have to drain it. But it is new. The top is still intact, has not been opened up. It was literally a pop top. It is not a beer can. Oh, the 20 was on the horn button. Holy cow. Yeah, you were hung up way, way bad. All right. Numero uno, inviting over some more guys from American Rod Shop. Awesome. Leo at 10. Well, you want to see the can now, Leo? Phillips 66 cooling system stop leak. It's a pretty cute little can, actually. Got the big blue V on it, the Phillips badge. Cooling system stop leak, all the instructions on the back. Seals leaks quickly, stops seepage, saves antifreeze, withstands pressure. Bert at 15. So let's get this one on the timer. Let me give you the dimensions here real quick. 4 3/4 tall, 2 5/8 on the Phillips 66 stop leak. We've got Bert at 15, and we are on the timer. Calico Classics is here. X-Ray at 16. That's right, Calico Classics. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. X-Ray at 16 as we hit the 1 minute mark. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. X-Ray Dean at 16. There's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Dean at 16. Papa Top on the Phillips. Few seconds left. About ready to wrap this one up. And that does it. Dean at 16. Let's get another little cap worked in here. We haven't done any caps yet tonight. We got a bunch of cool ones here. I think we've had some similar to this in the past, but I just came up with this one at the swap meet, so figured you guys might dig it. I think it's mid-30s era for our bow tie fans. Pretty decent cap. It's got dings and scuffs, but like I said, I'm sure it's mid-30s. So it's like 90 years old. So I guess it would have an excuse to have a few scuffs and scratches. But hey, the bow tie still looks good in it. It's nice, bright, shiny, cool looking piece. You could even redo the blue in the bow tie and really make it stand out even a little bit more. This is kind of dimpled in a little bit. The bow tie is embossed. It's got this ring stamped around it. Bert's at 15. The back of this isn't terrible. It's not all rotted away or anything. Still looks halfway decent on the back. But good looking, cute little cap. It is a little bit smaller than most of these we do because it's earlier. Alex at 22. It is about 7 3/4 in diameter on this little Chevy cap. So let's get this thing rolling. Alex at 22. Alex Kalish at 22. Nut Farm at 20, but we've already got Alex at 22. Nut Farm at 25. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Perfect. Glad you subscribed, Eric. Hope you're having fun with us. Bert's at 26. One minute, 30 seconds gone, 30 seconds left to go. Kevin Brown at 29. Just about ready to wrap this one up. Kevin at 29. And Alex at 32. Alex had that 32 in there right at the last second. Glad you're hanging out for a while tonight, Justin. Alex barely snuck that 32 in there right at the end. Yeah, you do have it dialed in, Alex. Was Pioneer Village operating in 1972? Yes, it opened in 1953. So, yeah, they actually opened that collection in 1953, Kenny. So that's kind of interesting that you think you may have actually been there, just didn't realize it. All right. Let's slide in a more common plate, but still a really nice condition one from Missouri. And I say common, but, it's 45 years old. On this really nice shape, 1979 Missouri. Baby blue with white letters. There's Big Job. Here's Big Job. This is a standard size plate. It's in great shape, 12 by 6. The back of it is gray, but the front was light blue with white lettering on this 1979 Missouri. Bert's at 7, Leo at 10, Balin Wire at 25. So good looking plate. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling on the timer. And Glenn's first tour to Pioneer Village was 69. I told you guys we had cool stuff tonight, and it's just going to keep going. Leo at 26. No problem, Pappy. Glad you were here tonight and hanging out for a while. Hope you had fun. Oh, we got a super cool rerun coming up here pretty quick, too. I'm going to check your wallets before we get to this rerun here that's coming up. Balin Wire, 28. 1 minute gone. 1 minute left to go. Balin Wire at 28. Yeah, you think it's really nice. It's 79. It's not that old, but it's 45 years old now. 1 minute, 30 seconds gone. 30 seconds left to go. Balin Wire at 28. Just about to the end of this one. Balin Wire at 28. And that does it. Balin Wire at 28. Mark that to Balin Wire. Oh, and Balin Wire, how close are you to Kansas City? I mean, it was meaning to ask you that. I know you're right around that area, but I didn't remember exactly where you're at. One more piece, and then we're going to do an amazing rerun. Amazing rerun that didn't get paid for. I thought about keeping it, but I've already got it. So one of you guys needs it, and it's awesome. But this next piece, another piece out of the Horn Button box. Good looking piece. Once again, it's for our Chevy fans. This is a 49, 50, 51-ish era piece on this killer horn button. Check this baby out. Look at the plastic on this. Look at the color on this thing. This is all embossed in the plastic. This is just a good looking cap. It's a smaller piece. Leo at 5. Burt 20. It's about, I just forgot. It's about 2 5/8 in diameter on this killer Chevy horn button. Burt's Adventures at 20. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer and get rolling. Burt at 20. It almost does look Newell stock. I'm thinking it's used, but it's pretty nice. Guitar Zan's here. Eric at 22. Balin Wire 20. I got Eric at 22, our new subscriber. Balin Wire 25. Coming up on that 1 minute mark. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Balin Wire at 25. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Balin Wire at 25. Coming down to the end, ticking away on this one. Pete, 41. And that does it. There was a bunch of people shooting. Pete swung hard, and it's what covered him because, boy, there was a 27 and a 32 in there as well. So, holy cow. Pete got her done. But that's why when you jump in, guys, you got to come out swinging. That's a perfect example of it. No, I don't mess with mufflers at all. Don't mess with them. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? This is epic. I don't sell these. We've only done a couple of them. It's great. I love them. I grab them whenever I can get them. We did this one a few months ago. It didn't get paid for. Leo's at 10. We haven't even seen it. It's well worth it. It's worth several times that. It's an amazing piece. Burt at 25. Anybody that collects this stuff, I absolutely love these. Occasionally we do a few farm toys, Eric, as they come up with them, but occasionally we'll work some in. I don't do a lot of them. We do work some in. By the way, let's welcome Eric. He says he's a new subscriber, just started hanging out with us. So we definitely want to welcome Eric. Let me skip these ads. Burt at 25 on this mystery piece that is epic. That Leo at 27, that this memorabilia stuff. I love these things. Addie loves these things. We've got different variations of this cap. We literally dug one out of the corner of a building through a pile of raccoon poop to get one of these caps. Anybody that has caps hanging in their man cave, you got to have one of these. This is kind of as far as I'm concerned, these are some of the upper crust of the cap world if you're going to display them. Like I said, it is a rerun. Bird at 28. The raccoon poop. Yeah, we dug a lot. Me and Addie dug into that thing because we could see it. It fell back in behind a shelf, and we could see it with a flashlight under the shelf, but it was wedged. And you couldn't get the shelf out, and where the shelf was, it wouldn't like drop to make the angle. So we're like tweaking and prying and twisting and turning, and we finally got it. It's not this exact style. It's slightly different than this one. But these, to me, are a must-have when you're hanging these in your man cave. This one didn't come out of the poop. This is a different one. This is one I came up with. Burst at 28 starting us off on this amazing Lincoln Zephyr cap. You got to have these in your collection. I think everybody's got to have them. I've got a couple of different variations of them. I love them. They were amazing cars. They were definitely some of the cream of the crop in their era. Alex at 60. This is a stainless cap. It does have some scuffs and dings in it. I did not repaint the red. This is original paint. You could repaint it if you wanted to make it pop more. It is stainless. It could be polished to a little bit better finish if you like, or you could just leave it just the way it is, completely original. It's a stainless cap, as I mentioned, with a steel ring around it. This is all embossed in the cap. So let's go ahead and get rolling on this thing. The L and the Z roll right together. And Alex Kalish at 60 is our high bidder. Let's get this thing rolling on the Lincoln Zephyr cap. Alex at 60. We are live and on the timer. Lots of hearts. I love the hearts and the fireworks. That knows we're doing that. Tells me we're doing something right here, guys. I appreciate all your support. Facebook, guys, I have not seen any bids or comments from you in like 20 minutes. If you're there, great. I just want to let you know nothing is feeding on my end, just in case. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Alex at 60, and everybody's just sitting on their thumbs. Tick tock, 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 tick tock. I love the Lincoln Zephyr caps. Ton of bids right out of the gate and then nothing. And now we're at the minute 30 mark, 30 seconds left to go. Alex at 60. We're going to find out in a few seconds. We're just about done with this one. It's getting close to the end. Alex at 60. Pete at 71. Holy cow. Tweedly D at 65. Pete at 71 at 159. Alex came back at 72. Holy cow. Kevin at 75. There was a slug of them hung up in there. What I had at the 200 mark was Pete at 71. At 201, I saw Tweedly D at 65. Then I saw Alex. Then I saw Kevin. But it was Pete at 200 at 71. Whew, that was crazy. That was a lot of fun. But they're Zephyr caps, guys. I mean, like I said, they're just too cool. Let's do something else fun. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to see if you guys like it. The next 3 pieces are all going to be related. We're going to sell them individually. We're going to actually, we need a Hudson badge and an Auburn badge after that. What the heck? We need the Big Kahuna after that. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to sell these individually in case somebody just wants one. But all of these next 3 pieces are going to be related. They are all license plates. Okay? The first one. Illinois, going to the state of Illinois from 1932. Check this thing out. Original paint. It does have some chipping and paint loss and some things like that on it. Still looks pretty darn good. Let me grab the tape measure because this is a little bit odd size. 13 5/8 by 4 and a little over 4. 13 5/8. So this is about 13 and a half, a little over 4 tall. It appears as though I think it was black. When I'm looking at the back of it, I'm thinking that this was probably a black. I'm trying to get a decent light on it, but I think this was a black. It may have been a navy, but I think it was a black. I'm going to call it a black with yellow letters. Leo at 20, good looking plate, 1-248-062. Don't know what that means, but an original Illinois 1932 plate, good looking plate. Let's get this thing on the timer and get boogieing. I got Leo at 20 is my high bidder. Like I said, the next 3 plates are related. Adam at 25 on Facebook. Everything got shipped from last week, Kenny, so it should be on the way. I think I got everything shipped. Even baling wire and some of that stuff that was hung up, I got all that shipped. Adam at 25 on the 1932 Illinois. You bet, Kenny. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Good looking original plate. It is kind of like a phone number. Kenny at 32. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. It was dark blue. Okay. Pete looked it up. It was dark blue. Like I said, I was really trying to monkey around the light, and I look at it one way, and then I look at it the other way, and then look at it the other way, and I was like, so gold and dark blue is what it's supposed to be. All right, Adam at 20, or Leo at 33. As we come up on the minute 30 mark, Leo at 33. 1 minute, 30 seconds gone. 30 seconds left to go. Guitar Zan, that is his phone number. Leo at 33. Kenny at 34 with just a few seconds left to go. Kenny at 34. And that does it. Kenny snuck that 34 in there. Justin Miller's here with us. Glad you made it by tonight. Kenny at 34. Okay, now remember I told you these next 3 are going to be related. Well, you're going to figure it out here pretty quick what the theme is. There's Adam's 35 over there just popped up too. Adam was in there swinging too, just a little bit too late. Those delays are tough, guys. Okay, on to the next piece. So, like I said, there's going to be a theme. How about Minnesota? Once again, from 1932. Once again, this is probably even in better shape than the Illinois was. The Minnesota stamped in it. All the back. It appears it was a burgundy and gold or red and yellow kind of type thing. You know, obviously it's got some age to it. Once again, it is a longer, narrower plate. Leo just starting this one at 33. 14 3/8, 4 3/8. 14 3/8, 4 3/8. Leo at 33. Now, one interesting thing about this, I don't really know what this means, but on the back of this, obviously this would have been well after it would have been used. It has a name on it. Pete Madsen Tyler, March 59. I don't have any idea why this is on here, but somebody wrote 3 of 59 in their name on the back of this whole plate for who knows what reason. But it is in good shape. It's not bent up. It has nice colors on it. Good looking piece. Leo started us off at 33. Let's get this thing on the timer. Kenny at 34. Working our way towards that 1 minute mark. Kenny at 34. It's going to be bullets flying, yeah. Keep an eye out here. We're over here for Adam, too. He almost got that last one snuck in there. He just barely missed it. So 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Kenny at 34. Yeah, the cats better hit the deck. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Kenny at 34. And everybody's just sitting here being real quiet. Alex, 38. Coming out of the wire, Alex at 38. And that does it. Alex Kalish at 38. All right. Like I said, there's 3, and there's Adam's 35 popped up again late. But Alex had that one covered at 38. So and the smaller stuff, Eric, shipping and handling is included. Occasionally we'll do something bigger that we'll add shipping onto, but all the small stuff we're doing tonight, Eric, shipping is included in the price. Well, and like I told you guys can probably figure out what year the next plate is going to be. Yes, once again, 1932. This one, a Kansas plate. Orange and black, also in pretty decent shape, original paint. Yeah, right, like Leo says, from the gangster era. This Kansas, 14 3/8 by 4 3/8. Leo at 33. Orange, black lettering, orange on the back. Once again, it's straight. It's not bent up. Nice looking plate, in good condition. And Adam keeps refreshing, still can't get rid of the lag. Yeah, you may have to shoot about 5 seconds quicker, Adam, because those are both been close. So let's see. We've got several bids on this one already, and Leo at 33 is our current high bidder. So let's get rolling. We're on the timer. Leo at 33 on the 1932 Kansas plate. Rush County. Leo's already expecting for somebody to take a shot at him. He's reloading. Lots of hearts. Love the hearts. Appreciate that, guys. Eric, 34. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Headstock's current license plate ends in 1019. That's kind of odd. A minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Eric at 34. Few seconds left. We got a little bit of time left. There's any snipers out there on this one? Tweedledee at 40. Tweedledee coming out of the woodwork. Tony at a 38, but Tweedledee at 40. We got a couple seconds left. And that does it. Tweedledee at 40. All right, that was cool. I like that. Boom, 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 boom. If we get to them, I got a cool plate deal coming up too, if we get that far tonight. But who remembers what I was talking about earlier? We had I got the 38 Dodge going to Slovakia. Well, that car does not have a seat in it. Well, I got a 37 Plymouth two-door sedan that just had the seat springs, obviously was all that was left. But I told them that I would throw that seat in so that at least they had something to work with. It's probably the same seat. It's a 37 Plymouth and a 38 Dodge. They're very similar cars. It was the split seat, so it would fold, for a two-door. So I'm sure it's going to be close enough to work in that coupe. So I've had this 37 Plymouth in stock for several years. There's not hardly anything left of it. But I went to pull that seat out a couple days ago and had never really paid that much of attention. Even though it was springs, there was parts that had fallen down through the springs, door handles and things like that. If it's a 6, it's the same seat. So I'm sure it probably is. So, I'm pulling this seat out, and I had never noticed this before. It was laying upside down under the seat, so it wasn't shiny. I didn't see it till I actually got down there and started unbolting it. Apparently, this had been under the seat of this car for decades. Probably been there for 50, 60 years under the seat. But it was laying upside down, and I had never noticed it was there. Leo started us off at 10. So I was like, well, that's kind of odd, but it's kind of cool. Fortunately, it wasn't completely destroyed. It does have some rust on the back side of it, but the front still looks pretty good. No, the build sheet wasn't there. There wouldn't have been anything left of that. But what was under that front seat and has been there for probably, at least 50 or 60 years, if not maybe 70 years. It's a 37. That car could have got parked in the 50s. Who knows? But there was, under that front seat, It's all fun and games until you get shipped to Slovakia. That's true. One of the hubcaps. Look at that baby. That's not perfect. The backside, actually, it does have surface rust on the backside. It was almost level with dirt from sitting there for so many years. It's not rotted away, but it does have some heavy surface rust in it. But the whole outside perimeter is all still intact. Yeah, I was kind of excited to find it. It does have a crack in it right here. This is actually a crack in the cap. Adam at 20. Nut Farm at 40. The Plymouth is stamped in it. This is original paint. You could repaint the black if you wanted to make it pop a little bit more. And typical dings and dents and scuffs and scratches, but kind of a cool piece. It is 9 inches in diameter. All right, let's see. Nut Farm at 40 is our high bidder as we go on the timer. So kind of neat. Like I said, been there for years, and I'd never realized it was still there. The car was a 37. So I'm assuming it was for that car. That's exactly right. It was there while all those monkeys were out there wandering around. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Nut Farm at 40. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Nut Farm at 40. Nut Farm's biting his nails. There might be a sniper out there. This is a nice shiny one. We're going to find out here in a few seconds. Kevin 47, Alex 42. And Kevin at 47 gets it done. Nut Farm came back with a 50, but it was too little too late. Kevin at 47. Kevin was swinging again, too. He must have seen that 50 pop up on his end. Kevin at 47 is what I had on my end at that time. Okay. What do we want next? You want to do how about a couple more badges and buttons out of that new stuff? Hold on. We got ads. Let's see. Okay. I think those are skipped. I've still got a lot of everything here, depending on what you guys want to see. But we can do a couple. Alex is ready for some badges. I got a couple more laid out right out of this new stuff, these horn buttons and badges I got. And yes, I'm trying to sell some of those to recover what I spent on those boxes. Man, it sucks when the guy's got 3 boxes of really cool stuff and there's 4 guys going through it trying to buy stuff out of it while I'm trying to buy all of it, because he really doesn't care if he sells it all to me or not, because he's got people buying stuff left and right out of there. So I finally got it done, but man, it was brutal. So we'll catch a couple of those. Then we'll see what else we got. We may do these other license plates here coming up too. Up next, how about a horn button out of there? Then we'll catch a badge out of there. This one's fair shape. Alex, ready for some badges? For our Packard friends, which I know Alex is a Packard fan, this is a fair condition. It's cool, but it's only fair condition because it's lost a lot of its color. But it's still neat looking. I think this should have had color in the background. Obviously, we can still see the Packard symbol here real clearly. There's some circles burnt in here, almost like, I don't know if somebody hit it with their cigarette lighter or something. It's not broken. But it's a fair condition piece. This is all actually made in the back of it here. No problem, Bert. Glad you were here tonight. So, average condition piece, but cool with the badge in it. Still a neat looking piece. Flat, easy to display. Alex at 10, it is just over 4 inches in diameter on the Packard horn button. Yeah, Lucifer Looking Glass. It kind of distorts things, actually. Yeah, I can't read the comments through it. So, all right, let's get this thing rolling. Adam at 12. That's a great idea, Buick, man. Put a little LED behind it. You imagine, I hadn't thought about that, Buick, man. Since this has lost its paint back here, put a little red or blue LED behind this thing and make it pop. Holy cow, that would be super cool. That would be like, especially, look at this, with all this outside perimeter, with all these little reflective cuts in here, and you put an LED behind it. Oh, you know, flashing too, yeah. Boom, 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 and it's like lighting all this stuff up. Great idea, guys. Adam at 12, let's get this thing on the timer and get rolling. Dean at 15. Yeah, automatic disco. That's true. Dean at 15. Yes, the front is smooth. So that's a good point, Kevin L. Some of those you might be able to sand and polish out to make that a little better before you put a light behind it. But yeah, all the texture is on the back side. The front is a smooth finish. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Dean at 15. Hello. Wow, 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 wow. Leo, 17. A minute 30. Alex, 21. Dean at 20. Just under 30 seconds left. Alex at 21. Z-Bears repainted some of these for people. Yep, with the maroon and the gold. Alex at 21. Dean at 23. Alan at 25. And that does it. Alan at 25. Dean at 26 at 2:01, but I had Alan at 25 at the end. All right, let's do another one out of that collection. Fresh inventory from last week, and this is a beauty. It's enamel, but it's early 50s enamel. So it's a little bit different than what we're, like Hudson badges like we're used to. I don't have any Sinclair signs for sale, Eric. I've got a bunch. I've got one that I may use in a raffle coming up. I haven't decided yet. But don't have any Sinclair signs tonight. Don't even have any Sinclair cans in here tonight. However, I do have at least one really cool Sinclair can coming up here in the next few weeks, Eric. But this badge, like I said, it is enamel, but it is early 50s, but it's a beauty. It's a little bigger than what we're used to, but it is super cool. Fresh out of this big batch from last weekend that I just got at the swap meet. For our Mopar fans, this thing is cool. It's got one whammo in it, but it's a great looking badge off of about a 51-ish Dodge. Look at this bad boy. Now, like I said, it is whammied right here in this red area right here. There's some thin spots on the chrome. Right over here, you see the chrome's worn off a little bit. It was a stud mount. I think it was a grill badge. The rest of the red looks great. The night in gold looks great. But it's a beauty. It is Leo at 20. Good start there. I'm pretty sure that's probably not going to do it on this, but it's a good start. It's basically 4 inches by 3 inches. Alex at 25. 51 Dodge, rather have 2 mother-in-laws. But good looking piece, minor damage. Nut Farm at 40. Other than right here, but a great looking piece. Let's get this thing on the timer. Several bids already, but the Nut Farm at 40 is my current high bidder as we put this thing on the timer. There we go. We are live. 40 with the Nut Farm is the current high bid. Alec at 45. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Alec at 45. Everybody got really quiet. Well, we're coming up on the minute 30 mark. And there it is, a minute 30. 30 seconds left to go. Alec at 45, and there ain't nobody doing nothing. We're ticking away. We're ticking away. We're coming down to the end. Alec at 45. Is that going to hold? Theme song from Jaws. Yep. Nut Farm at 50. And that does it. Nut Farm at 50. Alec came back at 53, just a little bit too late. Which that one would have been tough, Alec, because there was only about 5 seconds left when that popped up on my end on the Nut Farm. So there just wasn't much time to react to that one. Okay. What else do we want to do here? What do you guys think? Cans, plates, grease caps, hubcaps. I got a little bit of everything. We'll catch a couple more things here before we get into the magazine, which is super cool, by the way. Cans, we haven't done much for cans. Let's squeeze a can in here then. Pete just says, yep, all of it. I think we did one of these a while back, but I've got a couple of them, but man, they're amazing condition. So somebody may have already got that. Wisconsin, I know I don't have any tonight because the only other ones I've got in here tonight are Kansas. But I'll double check and see if Alex has another badge or we can squeeze another. I got another really cool ornament in here too. Leo at 15. We haven't even got to the can yet. It is a beauty though. I just don't want anybody. I want everybody to see it because we've done a couple of these in the past. This one is just amazing condition. It is full, so if I have to ship it, I have to drain it. If you're going to pick it up, then we won't have to worry about it. Tweedledee at 16. This is a metal quart Quaker State. But look at the condition on this thing. Look at the colors and the finish. Leo 17. Look at the shine on this thing. I mean, this thing literally looks like you just picked it up off the shelf at the store. Wisconsin plates. So look for Wisconsin plates, okay? It is dented over here on this side. 2020, the top is all still intact. Like I said, I will have to drain it. I'll poke a hole in the bottom and drain it if I have to ship it. But condition-wise, this thing's a beauty. So, anyway, Leo at 17. Let's get this thing on the timer. Leo at 17. Getting a few more things lined out here. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Leo at 17. Quaker State, the beer of motor oils. Leo at 17 on the Quaker State quart as we come up on the minute 30 mark. A minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Just about ready to wrap this one up. Leo at 17. Austin at 20. Tony at 22. Austin at 23, and that does it. Austin at 23. He snuck that back in at 159. Austin at 23. Martin was in there swinging. Tony was in there swinging. Austin, holy cow. It got interesting. Okay, how about a couple more license plates? How about a Hudson badge? How about an Auburn badge? This is kind of, there again, I'm looking for fun stuff to do with these plates because that's what makes it fun. That's what makes them great to display. Glenn, definitely familiar with using those in the 70s. This is a group, a set of 3 plates. These are selling together. These are all 1976 Kansas plates. 76 was the last year they made a regular plate, and then they used stickers for a couple years after that. So a couple of these do have stickers on them. But what's funny about them, and this is what I like about doing some of these different stuff with the plates, these are all 76, so they are all dark blue background with white letters. Starting off with number 82. You will also get a number 83. And you will also get a number 84. They're different counties and different letters, I understand that, but they are all three in order. 1970 plate, 6 plates, 82, 83, and 84. Leo at 45, Martin at 50. You're going to get all of them on a one-shot deal. The backs of them are still in decent shape as well. But there again, something kind of different, something kind of fun. Thought we'd shake it up a little bit and try to mix and match and come up with some cool ideas. So we'll see what you guys think of them. That's right, Bicentennial Bundle. Exactly, Kenny. All three of them, one-shot deal. Martin at 50, Adam at 55 on Facebook. And let's hit the timer. Starting with Adam at 55. Right now on all three of them, you're getting them in a one-shot deal, all shipped to you. Numerical order, same color. 82, 83, 84. Leo at 56. Martin at 60. Kind of hard to hold three of them. Put them on my head, put them around here. Martin at 60. Mike TV Vlogs here with us, new to the channel. From Australia. Another one from Australia tonight. Glad you're here, Mike. Tonight, I say you're here tonight, but you're here tomorrow for you. So 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Martin at 60. Boy, things are really quiet. We got crickets going on now. Martin at 60. A minute 30's gone. 30 seconds left to go. I only had one Ohio plate tonight. We sold it first thing, Eric. I'll try to get some more Ohio mixed in next week. We're coming down to the wire. Martin at 60. Few seconds left. Martin at 60. Is that it? And that does it. Martin at 60. There came Adam 65. I was watching for you, Adam, to come back, and it just popped up. So you're obviously still fighting a delay. Okay. One more badges. Another one out of the new meat box that I just got. Once again, late 40s, early 50s. We've done one or two of these in the past, but they're always a winner that you don't see them very often. I've happened to come up with a couple of them over the last few years. Yeah, that's true, Adam. It's been a little rough on you tonight. I will admit to that. No problem, Martin. That'll work perfect. Is that the first time you've got anything, Martin? I know you've bid a bunch of times, but I don't know if that was the first one you've won or if you've gotten a few other pieces. This is a Pop Metal badge. Like I said, we've done one or two of these in the past, but they're always a winner. I love them. I've got a couple of them that I've sat back and kept for me because they're such great pieces. So that is Martin's first win. Congratulations to Martin after he's been on a bunch of stuff and always gets sniped. So this one, going back to our Buffalo days with the Kaiser. I know you guys remember some of these. There was another one in this box that I had. They're great pieces. The Buffalo is nicely detailed. This is Pop Metal. It is V-shaped because it goes right on the beak of the hood. But these things are great. This one does have a little bit of pitting in the big K. The K is chrome. This is green in back here behind the K. This is green down here in the corners, like foliage. And then, of course, the big mighty buffalo or bison right in the middle. These are just great pieces. Like I said, they're statement pieces. They're super killer. You know, we've sold 2 or 3 on here because I've actually come up with them, but you don't see them that often. The cars were never that popular, but badges that look like this always have been and always will be. So they're great. Let me give you some dimensions on this thing. Then we're going to keep it on the timer, kick it on the timer. A lot of bids coming already. Not counting the V, just going straight across here, it's about 5 inches. Just a tick under, if you guys can see that. Yeah, I think you're right, Alex. Somebody said use it as a belt buckle, the last one we sold. So there she is, and it is 2 7/8 tall. So almost 5, 2 7/8 tall. And we've got a slug of bids on this thing already. Let me sort them out here. 40. Nut Farm at 40 is our high bidder as we hit the timer. Nut Farm at 40. And that's it. Nothing since then. Everything crickets again. Be a little big for a necklace. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Put it on a spinner. There you go. Coming up on that minute 30 mark, nothing happening. Except for the Nut Farm getting nervous. Nut Farm's getting nervous. There's a minute 30 mark, 30 seconds left to go. Nut Farm at 40. Sounds good, Z-Bear. Glenn, 45. Nut Farm at 50. Tony at 50. I had Nut Farm first. And that does it. Nut Farm at 50. Tony 52. Kevin 52. All right, let's catch one more cap. We did, and then we'll call it, and then we'll get into the magazine because I want to get started on this magazine because it's epic. Let's do one more regular cap. Let's grab the first one here. This is fresh out. Thanks for saving Glenn's desk. Fresh out of the 200 and some hubcaps I picked up the other day. Leo started us off at 10. He don't even care. But Leo's a Chevy guy, so I know he would like it anyway. But it's a sharp cap. It's not a real rare cap, but this one looks great, and it's a great display piece. This is a stainless cap for a 1954 Chevy car. It's got the bow tie inside the Chevy badge. This is all stamped in here. This is a stainless cap. When we look at the back, we can see how this is all clearly stamped in. 70-year-old cap. And it's got a few dinghies in it here and there. Some scuffs and scratches, things like that. Rusty Oakie's out. Glad you're here tonight. but still a pretty decent looking cap. Let me give you some dimensions on it. 10.5. You've won on 10 before. That's true. This is all stamped in it. This star pattern, this is all stamped in it when we look at the back here on how all this lays out. This would polish up real nicely. This is original paint. I have not repainted it. You could touch that up and polish it if you really wanted to make this thing pop. Or, like I said, hang it up just the way it is for our Chevy fans. So, Leo starting us off at 10. Let's get rolling on the timer. And we'll probably call it after this and get into the magazine. But let's roll on this 54 Chevy cap. So Leo going to walk out of here with this one for $10. Adam at 12. And there's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Adam at 12. Frank at 15. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Minute 30 gone. Frank at 15. Alan at 18. Just about ready to wrap this one up. Alan at 18. Kevin at 19. Pete at 21. And that does it. They're all waiting right till the end. Pete at 21. I kind of figured Pete might be sitting there in the shadows when it was a Chevy piece. And he was. All right. Fun night tonight, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap up for tonight. Let's check out a little bit of this magazine. I know we're getting a little long on time, but I want to get into at least start this magazine. It's an amazing piece. It was one that was donated by one of you guys, which is even cooler. This magazine thing, guys, as we keep going, we have just knock your socks off stuff on magazines. I don't know what I've got. I've got a ton of Texaco signs, actually, Eric. I don't know if I need to go through my Texaco signs because I've got so many pump plates and stuff. We need to do a raffle on one of them again. I just haven't taken time to sort signs lately. But yeah, it was a great time tonight. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys like the stuff. There's more cool stuff here. Like I said, there's so much cool stuff coming from Lawrence. We got a lot of amazing stuff coming up on the auctions. And we had a blast tonight. And like I said, there's going to be a lot more of this stuff coming because I've got so much stuff I've come up with lately. It's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, let's move on to the magazine. Now, we've been having a ton of fun with our super old magazine, the Automobile Trade Journal from September of 1913. And we've learned a ton of cool stuff, which is epic. It's great. So because of that, and realistically, guys, I had thousands of magazines, but I did not have a lot pre early 50s. I think we decided to give the mobile sign away on June the 2nd because the 31st is on a Friday. So June 2nd, we're going to draw for that and then announce the next raffle. So, but now thanks to our friend Glenn on here, as well as Balin Wire, we have magazines that I've never seen before. And tonight we're going to check out one that was donated by our good friend Glenn, which, by the way, Glenn, I'm going to try to get up there this week. No promises, things for as goofy as things you're getting, but I'm going to try. You are on my list. But we're going to start checking out a new magazine that was donated by Glenn. Once again, looking off of our Automobile Trade Journal, Glenn found us a couple more. And we're gonna jump forward in time, quite a ways from 1913 all the way up to 1934. Check these guys out. Leo was talking about the gangsters and whatnot. Check these dudes out. Yes, we have an Automobile Trade Journal from October 1934, courtesy of Glenn, that we're going to start checking out. We're going to have to do this kind of the same way as the 1913. I looked at some of this last night, and every page is cool. I don't want to just skip through it. I don't want to hit the high points. We're going to work through some of these. It's just going to take time, guys, but I think they're going to be worth it. I think the one from 1913 has proven that taking our time and working through these, even if it takes weeks or months, is well worth it, because I know I'm learning a lot of stuff. I hope you guys are learning a lot of stuff about the history of a lot of our favorite cars and what was going on back then. Perfect, Austin. Sounds great. And I'll double check that for last week too. So I am going to have to find something else for a bookmark, because I still got Kevin's business card in the other one as we start looking through these. But we're going to get started with this Automobile Trade Journal from October of 1934. And like I said, I got some amazing stuff from Balin Wire, and I may get more from Balin Wire too, because he has some great stuff. So let's go ahead and get started in this issue of the Automobile Trade Journal from October 1934. We're just going to open the first page. Now, these are going to be difficult, guys, because they are so fragile. So I'm going to try to be extremely careful with them. But as we open the inside front cover, what do you want in a piston ring? Perfect circle in every aluminum piston job. Perfect circle rings and ring expanders. And all we can do, guys, is just take a few seconds and take this stuff in. I don't really know any other way to do it, because this stuff is so good and so cool and so neat. Break out the white gloves. It's about that. It's about like that. The next two pages, why take a chance? Double diamond gear sets, axle shafts, and flywheel gears, as well as, this is pretty cool. The next ad, they have what it takes to handle all of today's cars with ease and speed. Walker roller cars, outstanding values in the complete line of Walker jacks. Like I said, this stuff is just so great. We've just got to remember we have to put ourselves back in time. We're going back to 1934. I'm trying to keep this in the frame for both formats. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You do still see those old jacks occasionally. Here's the proof. Only ethyl gasoline develops maximum car performance. Recommend ethyl. as well as the McCord Engineering and Research Development. McCord has a better heater. And this is so cool, guys. All right, we've talked about this a little bit. We all know that back in the day, a lot of cars didn't come with a heater. And if they did, it was just a small inner dash unit, but most of them didn't have it. It was an accessory. A car being built without a heater today is almost absurdity. But back in 1934, they didn't have them. You didn't get a heater automatically. So a lot of cars didn't have them. You would go to Western Auto and buy a small heater unit and mount it into your car and route your coolant hoses to it. This is so cool. Testing car heaters. Now, a lot of us are familiar with the underdash heater that bolted to the firewall. McCord Engineering and Research Development make a better heater. 2.484 million vibrations prove the superiority of McCord single point suspension mounting. Yes, they had a vibrating machine to test the durability of their car heaters to simulate that heater bolted into a car going down the road. Talk about times have changed. So obviously here is our ethyl gasoline ad. Here is our McCord Engineering ad. Here is the actual test machine. I hope you guys can make this out. Heater mounted to it, hoses mounted to it, bolted to this stand, sitting there bouncing and vibrating to simulate that car going down the road. That's true. This actually appears to have, they did radiators. So I'm assuming that these were actually engine coolant heaters, Leo, as opposed to the Southwinds, which literally just leaked fuel into your car and burned it. So I believe from what I'm seeing here, these are actual engine coolant heaters as opposed to tapping into your fuel line and dumping fuel inside your car and lighting it on fire to generate heat. Mark from Michigan's is stopping by. Up next, we all thought spark plug gimmicks were current, the multi-electrode super duper plugs. Apparently not. Apparently that type of thing was going on in the 30s. Record low cost per mile with this new healthy plug. Pyro Action. The healthy spark plug. Licensed Robert Bosch. So it was a Bosch plug, but it was branded as Pyro Action. We're going to really light that fuel up. Not that when you light fuel off, it's going to burn anyway. So, as well as GE, General Electric. Automotive products. That's right, Mark. There's just so much cool info in these old magazines. That's right. We have come a long way. Now we have electric heaters and EVs burning cars up. Good point, Dean. Pyro Action. I went to school with that guy. Yeah. Up next, Packard wiring. And no, not Packard cars, Packard cable. They're all lining up behind Packard 440. The Packard, the standard wiring equipment of the automotive industry, as well as Willard, a Willard dealer. The classified telephone book is America's best-known automobile row, and in it, car owners throughout the nation may quickly find nearby dealers for many makes and brands. The name of Willard Battery is an important recent addition to the imposing array of manufacturers already listed in the Yellow Pages. In adopting Where to Buy It service, Willard offered its dealers an opportunity to increase savings to cash in on Willard's advertising. So Willard, talking there again, and even though a lot of us do remember the Yellow Pages, sounds great, Nut Farm. Willard Batteries literally talking about their ad in the Yellow Pages. Tractor Mike, I know a guy about the pyro comments. Yeah. So, Packard Cable Company, not Packard Automobiles, but Packard battery cables, spark plug wires, as well as the Willard Battery Company telling you how to find a Willard battery dealer. Hello, Great Kitty. Great Kitty. Hey, Great Kitty, you going to come up here and make an appearance? What you doing, Great Kitty? The Wagner Electric Company. We're glad to receive your letter regarding Wagner Comax brake lining. I want to flip through this real quick. I didn't read all this one last night. It doesn't say, but you know those things are full of asbestos. As well as Thermold fan belts. Now you can sell Thermold fan belts profitably at car manufacturers' prices. So, obviously, we're seeing a lot of ads geared towards dealers. Bill Disc got to jump off tonight. Glad you were here tonight. But all kinds of stuff. There again, this is the Automobile Trade Journal. This is actually targeted towards professionals, probably more so than the general consumer. Oh, this is a great ad. I remember seeing this one last night. 2-page. This is cool. Adam's got to jump off. Glad you're here, Adam. I should have went and got the badge to go with this ad. I didn't realize that. I wasn't thinking last night. I was getting pretty tired by the time I got this done last night, and I just wasn't, my brain wasn't functioning. I should have went and got the badge to go with the ad. No wonder truck dealers are happy. Read the news. You should get all the facts. It offers a great dealer opportunity. Get all the facts about a federal franchise, a federal model to meet the needs of every truck prospect. Send in your coupon, and you can check the box. I want to know about making money with Federal. Send me information about the complete line, including those low-priced models. Tell me about your wholesale and retail financing plans. Add my name to your mailing list for what's going on in the truck industry, a monthly digest of magazine articles for truck dealers and their salesmen. Check this ad out. This is so cool. Federal Trucks. Become a Federal Motor Truck dealer. So, yeah, you guys are agreeing. It is pretty cool. And you don't have to be a millionaire to be one. Yeah, that's true too. Okay, this is a really cool ad as well. And then we're actually going to get to the table of contents for this issue. So maybe we'll check this last ad out and then go through the table of contents and see what we're going to be getting into, and then go ahead and maybe start getting ready to wind things down for tonight. So the next ad that we're going to check out is for tell this to your prospects. First, see all the streamlined cars, then drive the Hupmobile, the aerodynamic Hupmobile. Check this baby out. Definitely a car you do not see very often anymore. So what's coming up in this issue of the Automobile Trade Journal? I think we'll get through the table of contents so we know what's going to be coming up over the next several weeks. And then we'll probably go ahead and get ready to wind things down. So because I really don't want to get into a bunch more stuff as we're getting kind of close to being time. But what's coming back or what's coming up? Article called Roy is Back. And I actually did look at that one. Ads. Roy is back. That had to do with the Auburn Automobile Company. So that's going to be an interesting article. I did look ahead last night on that one. That'll have to do with Auburn's. In Union, there is used car volume. That was kind of an interesting article as well. I looked at it last night. In Union, there is used car volume. That will be coming up soon. This next, the headline caught me off guard. Then when I looked at the article, it made sense. Just like heaters, radios were non-existent. Most cars didn't come with them. You could order them, but most people didn't. It was definitely a luxury and definitely not a necessity. 16 million in radio profits. That's a pretty big number in 1934. It's a pretty big number today. It was a massive number in 1934 about the aftermarket radio market in the 30s. Maintenance is on the spot. Salesman must sell the appraisal. Exhaust gas, a new source of service profit. These are articles we're going to get into. That's right, nothing had cup holders for sure. Section on factory news. Section on antifreeze, facts and figures. New type of steering gears. August sales data. August sales data from 1934. That ought to be interesting. Profit makers, tune-up specifications, free money makers, as well as an advertiser's index. So, yeah, to say the least, we've got a lot of great stuff coming up. So we're going to mark this page just like we did with Kevin's business. I should have got a stack of Kevin's business cards. All this super killer stuff is going to be coming up in this issue of the October 1934 Automobile Trade Journal. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? Come here. So anyway, definitely looking forward to that. Huge thanks to Glenn for donating these. Super cool when you guys get involved and support what we're doing that way. We're going to mark this page and we're going to spend some more quality time with this thing, obviously, in the near future because it's going to be just as good as the 1913, I got a feeling. And like I said, I can't wait. I haven't even sorted through the magazines I got from Bale & Wire, but man, some great stuff. So definitely looking forward to that. With that, I think we'll go ahead and get ready to start winding things down yet tonight. What's coming up? We will do Toy Tuesday live. We got to squeeze the cockpit deal in. I keep telling you we'll go live from the cockpit. We may see what the weather's doing Tuesday night. We may try to squeeze that in. If not, I've still got piles of stuff we haven't gone through yet. Signs, toys, tons of cool stuff I've been picking up. It's to the point where I've got a clipboard, and I'm going to go start making a list of what we need to do just for Toy Tuesday stuff so I don't forget it. So we've got a lot of amazing stuff coming up there. Hope you guys had fun tonight. What's coming up this week? We will definitely get the Lawrence Swap Meet video up, where we actually got to go out and do some water, or we got everything laid out after we got the truck unloaded. We're going to share with you what came home from the Lawrence Swap Meet. There's some cool stuff in there. You're not going to want to miss that. Like I said, tons of new inventory that have to get up. I got a video done on the 39 Buick the other day. We may try to get that one up. Just trying to remember off the top of my head, but man, there's a lot of stuff hanging that we need to share with you guys. So, had a great night with you guys tonight. I appreciate you coming by, swinging by, hanging out for the duration. We had a ton of fun tonight. Had some great auctions. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Can't wait to spend some more quality time with this magazine from 1934, courtesy of Glenn. Kevin L. got a break all summer from teaching, so he'll be in. So Kevin will be in with us on Tuesdays and Tuesday nights. That'll be good. And that's right. Like Pete says, everybody have a safe week. If you do want to plan on trying to catch Tulsa Meekum, send a note, send an email to Pete if that's cool with you, Pete. We may have a few guys show up there. We can hang out for a bit on Friday or Saturday. There again, I appreciate that big job. The Johnny Carson comments. Yeah, I really appreciate that, guys. You guys came up with that, and you know that's very, very, very nice compliment. I don't think what I do here is anywhere near at that level, but I do try to do a good job for you guys when I build this stuff out. I sit here Saturday night, I work on it, I try to put out a good quality product, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And invite your friends over. Let's see if we can get a few more people on here hanging out. The more we have, the more knowledge we have to share, and the more we all learn and the more fun we all have. So with that, we'll get some of these videos up this week. We hope to see some of you Tuesday night for a Toy Tuesday live again. And hope to see you all back here next Sunday night at 7 o'clock as usual. I'm Johnny, and that's all that matters. Well, those are very kind compliments. A Johnny Wig. Those are very kind compliments. I mean, I grew up, with Johnny Carson on the TV every night when I was a little kid. I remember it well. The fact that you guys think what I do here is even remotely comparable to some sort of quality entertainment is very flattering, and I appreciate it. Glenn says, I love the history, and there again, we're all trying to learn, and that's what's great. Thanks, Kenny. Let's get to that 20,000 mark. Yeah, that would be super exciting. Anybody that's on YouTube, you're always looking to grow. You're always looking for that next milestone. Am I ever going to get to be one of the big guys? Doubtful. It's like hitting the lottery. But everything you guys do to help push the channel along is much, much appreciated. And I never thought I would be to 10. I never thought I'd be to 15. And now we're looking at 20. And, the sky's the limit. And with your guys' help and support, I know we can go anywhere. And I really appreciate that. So with that, I think we'll call this one. We'll wrap up. For now, we'll put an exclamation point on episode 2. Holy cow, that's 211 times. 211. This is the 211th episode. So I guess we're going to wrap up episode number 211. We'll be back, same bat time, same bat station, next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central Time for episode number 212. Be sure to get in for the raffle this month. We're going to get a little bit more mobile stuff for the third name out of that can, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Z-Bear has some exciting ideas. Hopefully we'll have that for the June raffle. We'll see how that pans out. But things are really clicking along. We're having a great time, and I super appreciate all your guys' support. So thanks for being here tonight, everybody. I hope everybody has a great week. We hope to see some of you 7 o'clock Tuesday night Central Standard Time for some Toy Tuesday. We'll get some more of those new videos up this week, and we sure hope to see all of you right back here next Sunday night, 7 o'clock, Sunday Night Live chat. We'll have some cool Meekum stuff to talk about. I'll see if I can get a hold of Jim Wicks before we go live and get some input from him on how Indy turned out. You'll definitely want to catch some of that this week. And hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next Sunday night. Thanks for watching, everybody.